is a pretty monumentous occasion. This is the first new movie I have actually seen at the movies since The Invisible Man. Now, for those who are wondering, the drive-through, not drive-through, I've been calling it the drive-through, the drive-in here in Tennessee has started showing new movies. So I can still go to the movies, see new things, and review them, and still remain social distance. I'm not ready to go into a movie theater yet. I'm not. I want to go. I want to be back in the movies. I want to get back to the claw machine and all that. But I'm not. None of these movies are worth me dying for. So I decided to take a chance tonight, and decided to go check out the movie that has kind of been on the forefront of this desperate need to reopen the theaters. Tenet has been that film that you can just tell the studio wants to get it out there, the director wants to get it out there. It's created enormous buzz from very, very little. This is a film that Christopher Nolan, the director, refused to allow to be released on a pay-per-view or an on-demand thing, because we had to see it in the theater. Really, it's generated all this buzz, and again, with people not knowing a whole lot about it. Most people, just from the trailers, you can't really determine what the story is. Well, now I have seen it, and now that I have seen it, would you like me to tell you what the story is? Well, so the fuck would I. Because I'm here to tell you, friends, I have absolutely no fucking idea what the plot of this movie was. Absolutely none. I am aghast at trying to figure out how this plot fit together. Now, here's the thing. Here's one of the funny thing. Obviously, from the trailers, you can tell that the concept of time travel and reversing time and all that is a big part of this movie's story. But here's the thing. Those parts are not the confusing parts. The basic element of being able to go back in time, or you can reverse time or something like that, that shit's not incredibly confusing. There are a couple parts where you're like, wait, what? How the fuck are you able to do that? But you kind of forget it because you're just like, okay, that's not important. Just got to get to the next set piece. So yeah, the time travel shit is not the hardest part to understand. The fucking plot of who's doing what and who's getting what and who's after who, and how you go from point to... Fuck it, man. Lost was easier to follow than this shit. Alright, I'm going to do the best I can to try to wrap this up, and I'm sorry. Now, I will also say that maybe my confusion is coming from the fact of my environment when I was watching it. On the one hand, the drive-through, I keep saying the drive-through, the drive-in has an advantage because you are in your own personal bubble, and that's great. But it's a little bit easier to be distracted. The fucking idiot teenagers who apparently go to the high school I teach at, because one of them had a shirt on, swearing and causing a fuss until the management had to come and kick them out, distracted me. People pulling in front of me and behind me and turning their brights on in my eyes distracted me. So it's possible that had I been in a movie theater where my attention was more, focused, possibly I wouldn't be as confused as I am. So I am going to say that. But even that, I'm going to say, is a big if, because this is just convoluted as fuck. All right. So let's try to figure this out. So the story, as best I can tell, focuses on our main character, whom doesn't ever have a name, simply referred to as the protagonist, which is an interesting touch. played by John David Washington, I think his name is. I know his last name's Washington. I think I messed up his first name. My apologies. I'm going to just call him the protagonist from here on out. So our main character is the protagonist, who is CIA, and during a mission that goes sour, he chooses to take the cyanide capsule, which means he's worthy of being inducted into a super secret intelligence agency called Tenet, which has an unknown mission that he has to figure out. And he finds out that the mission has something to do with, I'm not even sure, temporally displaced technology. Basically, it starts with a bullet that somebody made in the future that can get people in the past. So basically, it's like the person gets shot before they're shot. Okay? Alright, a little weird. So he's now sent on the mission to try to figure out who has these weapons, who's distributing them. So that leads him to an arms dealer in Egypt, I think, and that's where he teams up with Robert Pattinson, and they go to that arms dealer, and that arms dealer tells them, no, it's another arms dealer, but to get to that arms dealer, you have to go through his wife. And so they concoct this cockamamie scheme of something about counterfeit paintings that is going to get his the other arms dealer's attention, and the wife hates the arms dealer, and so they stage a theft so that they can get in good with the arms dealer. It's fuck. And keep in mind, this is all everything I just rambled through. That's only about halfway, maybe even a third into the fucking movie. More shit keeps happening. So you take this convoluted plot and you add time travel to it, and you get a movie that, more often than not, I was just sitting there going, can I go now? Because fuck me. Watching this movie, it feels to me like it shares DNA with classic Bond films. If I had to make a guess, I think this is Christopher Nolan's attempt at his own Bond film, because it shares a lot of similarities. The Bond film structures, the plot structures are very similar to this. It always starts with something small. You know, somebody stole this, go retrieve it, and then as he is trying to retrieve one thing, you know, the plot builds and builds and builds and builds until next thing you know, you're having a fight in a volcano somewhere. So it shares DNA with that. I will say the protagonists, both the character and the actor, are very engaging. It's a new type of spy. It's a new type of action hero. I don't think it has a lot to do with him being black, but I will say that there is a different energy from this actor, and he's very good. He's smooth, he's calm, he's collected, he's someone you can believe would be an action hero and who could do all the things that he does. I also gotta say, and this is a poor kid who's been trying to crawl himself out of the pit that he dug for himself, but Robert Pattinson's very good in this. You know, as the sidekick, the Tonto, the Robin kind of character. He's very good. You know, and it really does make you realize how much shit that poor guy's been taking for the last, 10 years or so, because of a cash grab movie he did, which honestly, if a studio came to any one of us and said, we're going to pay you X amount of dollars and you're going to have a set series of movies, that are going to guarantee to make you millions and billions of dollars, how many of us are going to go, no, I'm not going to do that? But yeah, the two of them work very well together. Ironically, even though when all is said and done, I didn't care much for this movie, I liked their partnership a lot, and I liked their chemistry enough that I found myself going, I wouldn't mind seeing these two characters come back. That's kind of weird that at the end of the day, I can't say I'm a fan of the movie, but I enjoyed the characters so much that I wouldn't mind them doing a sequel. That's kind of a bizarre thing. I think you also got to say that even amongst the problems I had with this movie, that Christopher Nolan is a very unique director, and he's a director that I think I'm getting a little tired of. I'm getting a little tired of his shtick, but I really respect his shtick. One of the things I like about Christopher Nolan as a director is that he is a big fan of the practical effect. Not everything with him is, well, we'll just get a computer to do it. So watching his movies, especially one of the high concept ones like this one or, Inception, he puts a lot of the fun back into seeing these high concept action films, special effects blowout, because it brings back the fun of asking, how the hell did they do that? A lot of what they do in here, you can think of, they're just reversing the film, and yeah, I'm sure they did that a couple times, but there's other times, like the coordination that has to go into a Christopher Nolan movie is staggering. If you've ever seen the parody Top Secret with Val Kilmer, there's a backwards scene in that where the whole scene is done in one take and it's all backwards. So when they filmed it, the actors had to walk backwards and say their lines, but they all had to, so that when they put it, when they put it in the movie in reverse order, it looks like a natural scene. And they said that's the hardest fucking thing they ever had to do. And there's several scenes in this where you're thinking, boy, are those actors moving backwards, or they just reverse the film? So I like that. I love that. You also can't take away from the fact that Christopher Nolan just knows how to direct high concept action scenes. There are some spectacular set pieces in this movie. My mind immediately goes to a really awesome car chase where, you've got people who are moving forwards in time, chasing people who are moving backwards in time. So one car is going forward, it's being chased by someone driving it in reverse, and driving at high speeds, and you're just sitting there going, man, kudos to those stunt people. Fucking kudos to that. And that's another reason I think this film has James Bond in its DNA. A lot of the Bond films, the classic ones, and even up to things like Casino Royale, part of the charm of those movies and part of the amazement of those movies is that those stunts, they actually fucking did. They didn't have the computer saving grace. They didn't have the a lot of the green screening and all that. So a lot of the special effects, a lot of the stunts, they did it. A stunt person had to go do that shit. And I respect that from an audience perspective of, man, that is not only a really great action scene, but some stunt guy had to drive that car backwards. The movie has fun with the notion of, we go forward doing a scene, and then when we get to a certain point in the movie, then we go back and we do the scene again, but now they're doing it from the other side. So a person you saw running through the background of the scene originally was actually one of our characters as they're running through it going backwards. So it has a lot of fun with that conceit. The problem is that it does it a few times too many, to the point where it gets a little obnoxious, and you're like, okay. The first couple times, and again, if you've seen anything with time travel, if you've seen, it's ironic, this movie was running, and in my rear view mirror when I was at the drive-in, one of the screens behind me was showing Bill and Ted, and it's like Bill and Ted's time travel adventures are kind of remind me of this movie in the way it's cause to effect, and then they go back and something that happens is because they set it up before, and blah 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 blah. So there's a lot of good things in this movie. like I said, Christopher Nolan is a fantastic action director and a champion of practical effects, and I applaud him for that. The problem is he gets too bogged down in his set pieces and how they're gonna, work, that I don't think he cares much about the fucking connecting threads. I think I can't guarantee this, but this just strikes me as a film that he said, I want to do a movie with a lot of chase scenes in reverse. I want to do a movie with time travel. Okay, fine. And so he set out and created this most convoluted of fucking plots when all you needed was time travel. Sweet. It also has the Christopher Nolan problem of it goes on for a bit too long, and that's already bad when your plot is nigh unknowable. By the time we reach the final, the climax of the film, I had completely checked out. I had no idea how we got to the point we were. I knew what their objective was. I had no idea how we got to that point. I had no idea who we were fighting or how we were going to do it. They have a scene where, people who are moving forward in time and people who are now moving, in reverse time are both trying to stop the same thing, and they're running and they're shooting and they're blowing things up. I don't know who the fuck they're shooting at. It's like, are they shooting at each other? What? No, they can't be shooting at each other. They're on the same fucking side. They know about this. What the fuck is happening? By the end of it, I was gone. I was checked out. I was ready to leave. A lot of people around me did. Cars were leaving, left, right, and center. God almighty. Yeah, so yeah, it didn't draw you in. The good stuff in it was not enough to take away from the fact that you had no idea what the fuck was happening. Alright, I've actually been dreading this part. I've actually really been dreading this part because I was thinking about this and I can't avoid it. So final grade for Tenet. Well, by now you should all know the song. It's the song of 2020. Sing it along with me. I give it a C. I give it a C because, again, there's some good stuff in there. There's excellent character work and chemistry between the protagonist and Robert Pattinson. There's some great action scenes, some amazing directing, especially there's hand-to-hand combat that we see from both directions, moving forward in time and moving back in time, and you're just wondering how the fuck did they stage any of that. It's amazing. But if you don't care about the movie, if you can't follow the plot and you just don't care about anything, it's just a lot of noise. And you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm finally going to say it. I've tried to avoid it. I've tried to say things like, don't blame the calendar, blame the mirror. But I'm at the point now where I'm just going to say, you know what, 2020, fuck you. Fuck you, 2020. On top of all the other shit that you have dropped on us this year, all the other shit, I'm not going to get into everything. You all know what this year has done to us. You fucking closed down the movie theaters. All these movies are pushed away. All these movies are pushed back. And then the movies we start to get, this is the quality of them? You make us wait months for this? I am flabbergasted. I am just, honest to God, this was the best. This is what we've been waiting for? And you know what? I'm going to say this too. And I say this with all the love and respect, because I do respect him as a filmmaker. But you know what, Christopher Nolan? Fuck you too. Fuck you too, buddy. This your masterpiece you couldn't release on a direct TV or pay-per-view or streaming option. No, we had to see it in the big screen. If we didn't see it in the big screen, then we weren't going to appreciate it and get the full, the full effect of it. And yeah, there are some scenes in there that look good on the big screen. There's a scene where they crash. They don't really crash. They drive a cargo plane into a fucking building, and again, you know he did that all practically. That's not CGI. Yeah, it looked good. But you know what, dude? I saw this on the big screen. I saw it on the biggest fucking screen I could. And you know what? There's nothing about this movie that I couldn't have enjoyed just as much sitting in my chair in my apartment, paying $19.99 for it on DirecTV. Matter of fact, it's possible I might have been able to follow it more. So, you know what? Get off your fucking high horse and come down to earth with the rest of us, okay? You're not that great a filmmaker. You're good. You ain't that great that, your stuff has to be seen in the theater, that we gotta fucking die to go see it. Fuck you. I will say it does feel good to rant about a movie again. I will say that because, I've been doing these retrospectives and forgotten gems where I'm saying all these positive things. It does feel good to just rant about a film again. Oh, mercy, Lord. Okay, well, I now have the ability to see, to see new releases with in relative safety and with minimum discomfort. It was very hot and muggy, but it's Tennessee in September, so of course it's going to be. So there's a couple more I'm gonna check out, but I'm telling you, folks, I'm losing steam. I'm losing steam with this shit. One of these films has got to be worth my time. Come on. Just something. Be decent. So, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, and we're all going to keep our fingers crossed. It hasn't done us much good up to now, but, at some point, the luck's got to change, right? At some point, right? Right? All right. Well, there's always something good. There's always a silver lining. 2020 gave me something beautiful and precious, gave me a wonderful bunny. And, maybe there's still something wonderful and precious yet to be discovered. If it's at the movies, I'm going to do my best to try to find it for y'all. So, that's just how much I love you all. So, with that in mind, thank you for joining me. And as always, drive safe, and I will see you at the movies.